I'm Steve Wiggins, and this is the Groundworks Ministries podcast. Today we're reading from the book of Ezekiel, chapter 48, and let's focus on verses 30 through 35. These are the exits of the city. On the north side, which measures 1.5 miles, there will be 3 gates facing north, and the gates of the city being named for the tribes of Israel. 1, the gate of Reuben. 1, the gate of Judah. 1, the gate of Levi. On the east side, which is 1.5 miles, there will be 3 gates, 1 of Joseph, 1 of Benjamin, 1 the gate of Dan. On the south side, which measures 1.5 miles, there will be 3 gates, 1 the gate of Simeon, 1 the gate of Issachar, 1 the gate of Zebulun. And on the west side, which is 1.5 miles, there will be 3 gates, 1 the gate of Gad, 1 the gate of Asher, and 1 the gate of Naphtali. The perimeter of the city will be 6 miles, and the name of the city from that day on will be Yahweh is there. Now, in yesterday's chapter, we began today's chapter dividing the land of Israel after the exiles returned, and we are again enlightened to God's love for the Gentiles who choose to follow Him. Not only are Gentiles to be tolerated, living among the faithful of Israel, they are also gracefully granted land as an inheritance among the faithful of Jewish descent. Ezekiel 47, verses 21 through 23. You are to divide this land among yourselves, according to the tribes of Israel, and you will allot it as an inheritance for yourselves and for the foreigners living among you who have fathered children among you. And you will treat them as native-born Israelites along with you, and they will be allotted an inheritance among the tribes of Israel. In whatever tribe the foreigner lives, you will assign his inheritance there. And this is the declaration of the Lord God. So before Gentile Christians rush to modern-day Israel in order to claim their birthright in the Messiah property, well, then let us consider that Ezekiel's vision closer mirrors the New Jerusalem of the Revelation than the old one that we visit when we go to Israel every year on tours. Revelation 21, verses 9 through 13. Then one of the 7 angels who had held the 7 bowls filled with the last 7 plagues came and spoke with me. Come, I will show you the bride, the wife of the Lamb. And then he carried me away in the Spirit to a great high mountain and showed me the holy city, Jerusalem, coming down out of heaven from God, arrayed with God's glory. Her radiance was like a very precious stone, like a jasper stone, bright as crystal. And the city had a massive high wall with 12 gates. 12 angels were at the gates, and the name of the 12 tribes of Israel's sons were inscribed on the gates. And there were 3 gates on the east, 3 gates to the north, 3 gates on the south, and 3 gates on the west. So given that today's Ezekiel passage says the names of the patriarchs are written on the exits of the prophetic city, we can conclude that people will live outside of the walls of the New Jerusalem, and they'll be coming in and going out. No need for gates, because no need to protect. Revelation 21, verses 25 through 27. Each day its gates will never close, because it will never be night there, and they will bring the glory and the honor of the nations into it. Nothing profane will ever enter it. No one who does what is vile or false, but only those written in the Lamb's Book of Life. I'm Steve Wiggins, and this is the Groundworks Ministries podcast. Now, Groundworks Ministries operates entirely through financial donations from faithful people just like you. And yes, we do need your monthly support now more than ever. Donating is secure and it's easy at our website, groundworksministries.com. Another way to help is to tell people about Groundworks Ministries. Share these podcasts with friends and family and on your social media. And of course, you can always direct folks to our website, groundworksministries.com.